the campaign because as you know, we're doing the $15 campaign. And the traction is huge. Like we basically for the first 100 nodes, we spent like 30 days. The second one like a week, and then the third 100 is like 1 day. So right now I think is around 370, 320. So yeah, is it 370? 370 nodes ish. Yeah, so definitely huge. Lots of people are definitely depositing because of there's a $15 no cap campaign. So each node you deposit at $15. That really like the participation is beyond our expectation. And also there are it's not just for that. There are legit users who just trying to deposit and sell the nodes. And yeah, so they're able to get much better liquidity than on OpenSea because actually OpenSea is it's actually not that user friendly if you're really trying to sell in large quantity or you wanted to sell it right away. Here you have the transparent pricing and everything. So yeah, definitely I think the campaign works. We got lots of like amplification from either side as well. We try to push to all of their language channels because we're mostly just posting in English. There's a huge, I think, Korean note holder communities. So we're trying to do more things on their sort of regional holders scene as well. Yeah, so this is great. Anyone of you guys, like either you deposit one node or some of you guys deposit like tens or couple like two double-digit nodes, you're gonna get the 15 times the nodes deposit. And yeah, so this is I think it's definitely a win-win for everybody. The cutoff time is I think it's around today in like probably like 10, 12 hours today, which is night time in the US. Probably like tomorrow, early AM times in Europe. We'll do the snapshot, and so you still have time to sort of deposit and then get some liquidity. Yeah, so that's for the Aether checker node LNT. We're planning the second wave of campaign, and I think it will be something similar to this, but with a little bit more restrictions, such as like how many like node you can deposit per account. We don't care if you use a different account. That's fine. We just want to make it slightly harder for the people who are going really heavy with the arbitrage. So there are like a few really strong power users that basically I think they bought most of the nodes listed on OpenSea and deposit to LNT. That's great. But we wanted to have like more, essentially like more fair chances for other users. There are like if you actually look at the holder list for checker nodes, I think like 80% of them holds like less than 10 nodes. There's lots of accounts just hold like 1 to 5 nodes. So we're definitely also trying to penetrate those users. Some of them, they might you might be holding a node and you don't even know. Like the node is almost $1,000 a piece now. Yeah, so we expect to see distribution next week, and then the launch of the new Aether LNT campaign probably like end of next week or the week after. Yeah, because right now I think we've achieved a initial success, I guess, with a couple hundred nodes essentially in the wallet. It's that you can also buy and withdraw those nodes. So essentially, this is like you have 372 nodes of liquidity in the wallet. So you need the initial depths and the liquidity of VATH, ATH build up to attract bigger volumes. So we definitely achieve that. Next steps, definitely trying to reach 500, and then once I'd say like in a couple of months, before the end of the year, if we have a couple thousand nodes, then it will be really good. Like right now, it's already a proof of market fit in terms of the user fit and everything. But once we get to a few thousand, man, that's gonna be just the liquidity alone. That's gonna be huge. More nodes in the wall will increase the revenue of the product. Correct. Yeah. So that's also like really big. So even right now, like with a couple hundred, I think like if you the vault's potential revenue from buyback, it's like a couple $100 per day. So if it's a couple thousand nodes, and then we're talking about maybe making like 40K US or even 50K US per month, or even more. So, but take that with a grain of salt because the vault revenue is in ATH buyback. So if ATH token, if you're a bull, a ATH bull like us, you think the ATH is gonna actually reach all-time high, then that's super bullish. Yeah. At the same time, if ATH price crash or it goes back to 0.3, I think there's still going to be revenue, but just not going to be like super extra high revenue. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, with this recent, I think the huge influx of nodes, it's also like partially due to ATH price increase. So ATH was stronger than Ethereum for the last 2 weeks, and people wanted to sell their nodes. And OpenSea prices in Ethereum, so there's a range of at its height, there's $150 per node arbitrage room for arbitrage between OpenSea and LNT. So how is Zoo doing in general? The plans for token launch? Yeah, so definitely wanted to launch our token and further decentralize the project. That'll get more people involved, more people excited. But basically, what's needed for a token launch? Yeah, so basically, nowadays, like if you don't have real utility, as far or like you don't have cash flow, it's really hard to like just launch a token. Like you could just like do all the sort of the not the bad practices. You could pump and dump and everything, but what's the point of that? Here we're actually trying to build a project, build a product line, build scale this into a DeFi vertical in liquid nodes, just like our IST liquid staking token, liquid rate staking. This has real utility. So definitely wanted to build the token around the utility of that. Number one would be rev share. So once we get to like a couple thousand nodes, just from Aether project alone, we're generating like 50K US per month. Then that will support a pretty decent market share. Like I think someone calculated before like with a like if you're making like a million a year or like 500K to a million, then your token it's easily like over 100 million, 200 million FDV. So that's sustainable, right? So then everybody who participated, they're they have some actually financial backing of holding the token. Similar to Pendo, I think Pendo is making about 10 million a year, and their token FDV is about a billion, 900 million to a billion. Yeah, so just to think about that. And this is only for Aether project alone. As you know, we're also launching with the DOG, SoFun, IC, and a few more. I think the Aether and DOG are going to be the two big ones. There's some other ones like Beam Network and a couple other ones we're trying to integrate, but relatively smaller in size. So yeah, like nowadays, definitely as far as like a token goes, definitely need to be sort of either you're a blue chip or you're up and coming with actual cash flow. How about a street vesting plan with token to prevent sell-off and token down? This should help and reduce cash flow needed for launch. What do you think? Yes, agree. So definitely you wanted to like have it more restricted. That's why like the point campaign we're doing, it's only for actual product participants. So the points although we're doing it on the back end, we're calculating them. It's only for people who deposited nodes and provided liquidity, and a little bit for trading. And in fact, most of the trading volume are from people who deposit nodes or provided liquidity. Yeah, so that's going to be the main. You think about it, these activities provided use protocol revenue because you provided the nodes for LNT to run and then get the ATH buyback revenue, and in return you get the liquidity, and also you get the future like the do revenue share, the LNT revenue share. We're more than likely going to do a staking model like a V token, like what Pendo did, but improve upon that with a sort of like a more efficient way of staking. Because with Pendo, you still have to kind of vote and everything. We wanted to streamline that process for governance. Yeah, so like a couple, like some bigger token launches, like for example, like Hyperliquid. Their like FTV to revenue is huge. Like in terms of, I think they're making like 700 million per year just from the trading volume, and 93% of the the total revenue or profit rather goes to 73% of revenue, which is their profit, goes to the Hype token holders. So that supports their, I believe it at, I think it was 50 billion FTV, something like that, pretty crazy number. Yeah, but those are like actual utilities. And we think the LNT, with LNT, we're definitely gonna grow. And then I think reaching the scale of Pendo is very likely, just because number one, this is a real use case for if you're a node holder, you are probably already fill it. And there's the actual scalability to more projects. And currently there's no essentially no competition in this space. So yeah, relatively bullish on that. Let's see. Shall we talk about the ZOG launch? Yeah, feel free to tap in any question with the either LNT mechanism, the campaigns and everything. Is there any more project with Node on the way? Yeah, so the ZOG one definitely the biggest one in terms of volume. There are some smaller ones. We're constantly getting like intros or DMs about projects trying to launch node cells. But I think the market is not there for like big node cells like what Aza did. So I think maybe you give it a couple months, like maybe towards November, like even December time. That's when we're gonna support more liquid node cells. We did one with the project on Anoma intent network called Repo. And I think they sold 1,000 nodes, which isn't crazy, like probably like 200K, something like that. I don't actually have the number. Yeah, so we supported that node cell, and then I think like 950 of those nodes are pre-deposited in our LNT vault for liquidity. So definitely like that's going to be the I would say the growth vector once we already at a scale. Like we're gonna launch more node cells for these projects. Yeah, so for now the up and coming is the ZOG one. And then so far we're like already working with them. They're a bit slow, I would say, like in terms of integration. Yeah, let's see. Carbon IC nodes and mainnet is like, can we do no liquidity for them? We can. So Carb, we've been talking with them, but I think to be honest, I don't think Node has been their focus. Their token price, I think they had a really good run when they launched on some of the Korean exchanges, but then the token price didn't really sort of hold up. And we nowadays we couldn't really get a hold of them. That to be honest. So I think in terms of our FDV, Carb is also relatively smaller, similar to ICN. ICN is very interested in launching. They're just like not still kind of not ready for it yet. Also like on our end, we're kind of need to get the ZOG one out of the way first, because they I think this is going to be a bigger launch. So yeah, so ICN is definitely coming. Carb, I'm not really sure about the timeline. Sofang as well. Maybe after the ZOG one, you could see the Sofang launch pretty soon. Yeah, so the Sofang launched their token lock is till December. So the latest that we launch is December. Anytime before that, if you see us launch like November, October, that means it's going to be a whitelisted transfer because it can only be transferred to LNT. So yeah, so that would be cool. Yeah, so more on the I'll talk more about the ZOG. So I think if you guys been following, they launched the alpha, the Binance Alpha. Sorry, not alpha, perp, right? So they launched for perpetual trading, and very soon, I think it's gonna be like next week. They're gonna go launch the spot. So couldn't share anymore, but yeah. So but basically they're pretty much ready to launch mainnet. And yeah, so the problem with the DOG one is that their node is on Arbitrum, so there's going to be a bridge process. So in that case, if we might not be able to, like we already deployed, but the deposit and swap might not open until the official bridge is ready. How the initial price of DOG nodes will be determined. They're not on OpenSea, unlike Aether. Yeah, so that's easy. So the node price is going to be determined by the market on or not on OpenSea, because the node price is within it's calculated as the present value of all future token received, and there's going to be a token price for DOG. So which is crazy. Like their pre-market perp is trading, I think at one point at 3 billion. So they have 1 billion supply. So $3 each. At 3 billion, which is a bigger FDV than Aether. Aether I think is at 2.5, 2.7. At that price, there's 20% token allocated to each node. So 20% of 3 billion US dollar is like 600 million, right? The 600 million, and there I think there's about 16,000 nodes. You have 200 million divided by like 16,000. Let's just calculate this. 200 divided by 16,000. Okay, so that's a pretty significant number. That gives you a 12,500 per node. So at 3 billion FDV, each node is worth more than $10,000 dollar. But that is the fully diluted value, right? So basically that is if you hold the node run the node for 3 years, and then you get all the token all at once at 3 billion FDV. So there's going to be a discount for that. Just based on what you guys have seen with the Aether LNT, a 30%, 30, 20, 25 to 30% discount. It's very much reasonable. So let's say 30% of the 12,500 is give you like still like a reasonable almost $4,000, like $3,000 to $4,000 per node. Yeah, so that's just speaks to the magnitude of their potential launch. So I wish to see their price launch at 1 billion and go all the way to 3 billion, and then you have a node that is more expensive than the checker node. Plus it's fresh, it's got a fresh 3-year vesting coming up. So like if you bought the DOG node at like 500 to 1,000, and now it's like 3 to 4,000, would you sell? I think a decent chunk of people will sell because to run the node, it costs money, it takes some effort, and it takes time to get to the break-even point. Yeah, so that's for the DOG. I think like more than likely, like we're deployed, but we won't be able to open the deposit and the swap on day one. But you will be able to participate. Like you still be able to like test out everything. It just won't be the actual node because those nodes are still on the Arbitrum. And yeah, so we'll probably need to wait them to open up the bridging to ZOG, because that's also what the team wants to do. They want us to deploy on mainnet ZOG and be able to do everything there. Because if right now like we just deployed it on Arbitrum, then it's literally the same thing as the Aether LNT vault. Let's see. Yeah. So basically, that is about the ZOG. Still really exciting launch. And I talked about the new campaign. I think that would be cool. To do more Aether campaign and continue to grow. Let's see what else. Yeah, so basically the rate cut was pretty much underwhelming yesterday, which is good because there's no surprises, and I think that no surprises is a good thing. So market seems to be pretty strong overall. Sentiment's pretty good, and in the US there's still some more regulatory announcement coming up. Like there's going to be some Congress voting on a few more crypto related bills. So those are good. Yeah, overall, I think the overall market is good for crypto. Like right now it's September. We could be seeing like the next at least like the next 6 months being sort of mid to high confidence of a good market. Lazy Ape, yeah, Lazy Ape is killing it. Yeah, definitely one of our users here. Only ZOG node holders will be able to participate in vault, no arbitrage, right? Because node cannot be purchased on OpenSea until 1 year. Yeah, so that's sort of a shame. Yeah, because I know you guys have been doing it on the arbitrage, and that's great. We love arbitrages. That makes things efficient. With the ZOG node, unfortunately, I think they will not list it on let it be traded on OpenSea anytime soon. There's no reason for them to expedite that. I would say which is on the other hand, I think that's a good thing for LNT because that means LNT will be the sole exit liquidity for their DOG AI alignment nodes. So yeah, we're definitely going to see increased volume, like the initial, like in that sense, right? So if you don't have a node, your best practice would be to like essentially participate through VZOG to ZOG trading. Yeah, so more than likely, if you're not a KYC node holder, you cannot withdraw a node from the vault. So definitely, in that case, a little bit restricted. Yeah, maybe if market conditions are better, others can withdraw from the vault. Yeah, so I don't think they would like that. We're still kind of discussing this with them. This like what they is saying that is that what if like let's say I buy the VZOG and then I buy enough VZOG to withdraw a node. Can I do that? I think more than likely it's going to be locked. So that is because their whole sort of scheme is this 1 year it's only for KYC users. So if you can withdraw from any wallet, then they don't know who's holding those nodes. Yeah, so the node cell is great. It's KYC, it is compliant and everything, and it's also really it's a proof of work. So it's not a security. But it does increase the barrier to entry. With Aether, it's the same thing for that first year. Like you couldn't really do anything. But now it's a free market. We've seen the power of free market. There's so much transactions, like and players like us, we could build products around it. Yeah, so I think that'll be what DOG is going to be. It's going to be an avenue for exit liquidity for these early node buyers. So they're going to deposit their alignment nodes, mint a ton of V0G, and then sell to people who want to buy it with 0G. The one-to-one convergence, the redemption of V0G to 0G is going to be available. Still be going to be enforced with the LNT wall. So there's going to be a market for 0G to buy with 0G. The foundation, like their foundation, they could buy back nodes through LNT as well, similar to what Aether has done. But at a different with a different Aether sort of just did with the fixed buyback, and if the price is too low, nobody wanted to buy. With LNT is more efficient because the price is kind of market determined. So the foundation officially buys back V0G using 0G and get nodes, because foundation have withdrawal nodes, then it's going to be very interesting. I think there's 90,000 of these nodes held by like 8,000, almost 9,000 people, unique wallets. They're going to be very interested to sell. And there's an incentive for 0G to buy back. Yeah. So similar to the Aether case, like with the Aether checker node, I think they're giving out like maybe like even close to 100K US dollar worth of ATH token per day. So that on the secondary market, that's 100K dollar worth of ATH to sell each day potentially. So unless you're like Aether, who's making hundreds of millions per year in revenue, it's kind of hard to maintain your token's price. Okay, I think we got some new people joining in. Welcome, guys. We're basically just doing this every week to kind of chat around. And you guys can feel free to ask any questions with the projects and the sort of the market and everything. Yeah. Any cool things in DeFi or just in Web3 in general that you guys wanted to share? We still have a little bit more time, trying to do like 40 minutes top each week to get everything across. Yeah, with the LNT, there are some really powerful users. I think we were able to educate the users really well. There's at least if you see the activities, I think you some of it might be one of you guys. It's like you guys are like really learn how to do the arbitrage. I think probably made a couple $1,000 like these two wallets. Plus we're gonna supplement $15 per node that you've helped deposited. So congrats on that. Really enjoyed every AMA. Oh, thanks. Yeah. So great. We really enjoy doing this. We think as any type of startup or project, it's really the most important thing is number one is talk to your users and get the live feedback from you guys. So that's really important. We're trying to do that more often. Yeah, and so for the campaigns, I think is really successful. We're very happy to give out a couple $1,000 to all the users. Some of like we're watching the activities. Some of the users, I think they just saw the news on Aether and they realized, hey, I have one node I can sell, and I get $15 extra for selling that node, better than OpenSea. So they just do it. Some users, we check their holdings, they have like a couple hundred nodes and they just want to test it out first. So yeah, but definitely like I think it's a very vibrant market. ATH has no utility in DeFi except ZooFi, is that right? I think yeah. So I think right now, just like because we're looking across all the ATH stuff, we're probably the most active one. Because there's also the Eigen ATH, right? That's like not really doing much. Yeah, they're trying to do the restaking with Eigen and generate yield. But if you think about it, it's really not about unlocking liquidity, it's about locking liquidity. Because that first, it does not have a liquid market. I think it's purposely designed that way. And second, it's like locked for a year. So you're saving ATH for a year for like, was it 20%, 20% APY? in ATH next year. So yeah, so there's not that much. Not that it's not really that cool in my opinion. Can you tell me where and how to track the liquidity for VATH ATH pool? Sorry, being late. Too late today. No worries. Yeah. So yeah. So the you could. So that's what we're trying to add on the front end. We wanted to add something that you could visualize the LP pool. Let me see if I have it handy. Because I can just send you the contract. Yeah, pretty sure I've sent it to Lazy Ape sometimes earlier. Let me try to find that for that contract. Yeah, because this is a Uniswap v4 adapter or a hook adapter. It's on. You can like find it on Uniswap. Here it is. Can Yeah, like if some of you guys have it, feel free to send it in the chat as well. Because I'm trying to on the holder. I couldn't find it on Uniswap. Yeah, so you can find it on the if you search the contract, but you can't like find it on the you can find it on the front end, but you can't really use it yet. That is because they have a really slow indexing period. We've been like arguing. We're trying to get it listed on the front end, and still they haven't completed that. See. Oh, sorry. Oh, so it looks like LazyB couldn't post the link. Okay, let me get it. But give me 1 sec. Give me 1 second. I must have sent it somewhere. Let's see. Where's the I I found it. So this is the hook contract. Okay. Where Oh yeah, so I'm back. Yeah, so basically, I just put the link there. Might have a There it is. So yeah, basically, like the next thing is to do is like we're trying to integrate with the Uniswap universal router. So this will be great for you arbitragers because I know that it's a pain to go from VATH to ATH, then ETH, Ethereum, and then buy the node on OpenSea. This will be done with one transaction once we get the Arbitrum Uniswap router done. And yeah, because when we built the LNT, we were part of the Uniswap official hook incubator or accelerator. So we got some connections there. They're trying to get us listed, but it's just been really slow. So yeah, that would be good. Is the team itself also part of the liquidity pool? So yes, but not, but only like partially. So we did bought some like VATH. And then we asked around our investors and the liquid funds that we know, so even some of the just active like DeFi traders, and some of them started to buy. Because actually, just if you provide liquidity, it's actually really profitable. And then you're not taking much risks from all the like arbitrage, like there's fees and risks and stuff. If you're just doing the LP, it's actually, I would say, like a pretty smart strategy, because so number one, there's ton of volume. So the fee itself is like, let me because yeah, here it is. So on the site, if you go to LP fee, it's like 40% is swap fee, higher than the VT is 32%. So that's just because of the amount of people buying and selling VATH. Yeah, plus the ATH has been pumping, so all the LPs, I'm sure they've like made a ton of money on this. Yeah. Yeah, so we talked with a couple of the Aethers investor as well, because they're holding large chunk of ATH. And I think some of them they're doing it. Yeah, yeah. Okay, perfect. Same here. Thanks. Okay, yeah, that was the previous question. Yeah, LP is definitely a good strategy. I think more people need to like realize that. That's why we posted that and let I think Aether repost as well. Is the you can just do it like especially now there's a good amount of TVL in it. it like you could just like passively earn from VATH and the LP in the VATH. Yeah. I think I'm gonna talk about this again in real life meeting with Aether team in Germany. Cool, cool. Yeah, like if you know the team, meet with them. Definitely give us a shout out. That'd be awesome. Yeah. The for us like in real life, we're gonna go to all of the Korean stuff, Korean blockchain week, and also the token 2049 in Singapore. So yeah, so definitely yeah, if you guys are there, definitely like you probably see us in their IRL events. Yeah, the LPs are definitely like attractive. So I don't think Aether's like officially participating in the LPing or buying VATH and stuff. But I think once so October is a cutoff date for some of the discussion we had with them, like in terms of the what foundation can or cannot do. So they and then also I think the size also matters. Like if you get to like 1,000 nodes or something, it'll be much easier for them to just do the buyback here. That would definitely support VATH price. So yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised like if Aether decided to just open market, become like open market participant with the checker node LNT. Yes, they have tried deposit arbitrage trading, LP, everything very smooth, made good. Oh, thanks. Good experience. Great, great. Yeah. So, yeah, again, we're trying to make the product as smooth as possible. Yeah, we're a product first team. We're less, I would say like less passionate about like super intense meaningless marketing and everything. We're trying to spend all of our budget on the building the product and also incentivize the product accordingly. So yeah, great that you are having a good experience, a smooth experience. Because previously, I think there's like for safety, like you have to sign 3 times to like we didn't open the infinite approval for the swap. And then I think we already made some changes. Now it's just one signature. So if you've already approval 3 times, the next time is going to be just one approval. Yeah, that is because there's actually more trading like demand than we expected. Yeah, once the Uniswap router is it's good, it's up and running, it will be so much easier for arbitrage. And yeah, the natural volume that the wallet attracts, those are important. So like if the arbitrageurs makes money, the LPs they make money, and then the protocol also makes more money. Yeah. Yeah, so I'd say like the Aether node market is a great launch, great try, because LNT is an entirely new product. It's not like you could just fork a Uniswap. So the fact that there's a strong community for Aether, the fact that there are so many nodes being liquid, and Aether being really relevant, it gave us a sandbox to try out these new protocol. And thankfully, you guys gave a ton of participation and feedback, and that's been important for us to sort of push the project forward. And the next would be trying to scale, and I think we're hoping to see an even better launch with DOG. And by the time they've launched, you guys are already like experienced players. You should be able to get in there for some early alpha. Cool. I think right around 40 minutes mark. Like I'll give it like a minute or so for any like last minute questions. But other than that, I think yeah, the AMA has been definitely good to sort of to be able to communicate with you guys, with the community, the users. and share all the stuff. Very productive AMA. Thanks. Great. Yeah, thank you. So it looks like that's gonna sum up. Yeah. So the again campaigns for no $15 no cap deposit ends around this today, like in 10 hours. And distribution next week, new campaign next week, launch on 0G likely next week. So all right, I think that's all. Thank you guys for coming. See you again next week. Bye.